doing a short demonstration on fitting valve guide 86K 144. I quite often have people ring me up saying they're having problems with this. So I'm going to go through how I do it. I've been doing it for the last 20 odd years, and hopefully this will help people out a little bit. So number one, when you get your guide, obviously the first thing to do is see if it drops in the guide, drops in the hole. Now what I've done here today is I have polished the first 3/4 inch in the lathe, so it starts without it, it allows me to put it in, it starts and it allows me to twist it, but obviously it's still going to go tight when I press it in. Sometimes you can come to these heads and take your guide out of the packet and they will literally almost fall in. The heads have all had a history, they've all been hot cold a million times, so first thing to do is check, guide out of the packet, what does it do? Obviously if it just rides around the rim, won't start. Polish yourself 1/2 inch to 3/4 so it does and allows you to twist and set. The second thing is, make sure you support the slot when you're pressing it in. Now I've got a key here today that's just the right thickness, and what I tend to use is I've got some old keys and some feeler gauges. I push them in the slot to make sure that that slot is supported every time I fit them. Otherwise it fractures the back of the guide and it comes off, or it deforms, etc. So the next point of call is obviously lining the slot up with the locating dowel. Now what I use is my trusty little square. I've set this one before I started the film, but basically I just eye down the top over the pin, then drop the guide in, lining the slot up. Another little trick I do is I actually file the slots a bit more generous than originally. It really doesn't matter, to save myself some grief. So I actually file the slots out to give myself a little bit more leeway. So what we're going to do now is put my key in there to support the guide, and I'm going to press one in. Obviously you can have a longer locator. I've been using this for years, it's been absolutely fine. There'll be a little bit of noise now, but you should see what happens. So, as you can see, the guy's gone home, my little dowel's landed in my slot, and I haven't sheared the top of the guide off. Halfway through the film then, what I did is actually I slacked the pressure off on the press, because obviously if you insert too much pressure, you'll shear this flange. So, it's not that I can give you a tonnage to push it in by, you just have to play it by ear. I back the tonnage off and just bring it up gradually. And yeah, hopefully this will help some people out. What I will say, what I've noticed over the years, the 4-cylinder heads tend to go quite well. All the 3-cylinder heads on the 2.6s and the 2.8, for some reason, they're always tight. Every head I've done, when I've come to fit the guides, is tight. I've got no rhyme or reason for this, but so if you're doing a 3-cylinder one up, just be extra careful. I hope this helps everybody out.